Well, this is why the purple martin is called the purple martin. The color is, and I'm in the shade, so it's not doing it any justice, but it is a deep purplish, deep bluish kind of color. This is a mature male. Found him dead in a compartment. He wasn't stuck or anything, just dead in there. Probably an older bird. What I do when I find him like this, and he hasn't been dead long, because if you see, his eyes are still, they're not desiccated. He doesn't have rigor mortis, and most people probably don't know this, but you can tell if a bird is overweight or underweight by where my thumb is. This is the breastbone here, the keel of the breastbone. And you can tell if a bird is underweight or overweight. A bird that is fat, it's hard to feel the keel. All right. A bird that is underweight, the keel is amazingly pronounced. I mean, if you knew the difference, if you knew all three, you'd be able to tell if you just did it once. And because I raised cage birds for 30 years, I'm good at this. I'm not bragging. I'm just good at this. I'm good at avian husbandry, whether it's wild birds or domestic birds. So, yeah, he was a good weight. He wasn't underfed. He wasn't sick. And sometimes, they just get older. Songbirds like this, they don't live real long. Bigger birds live longer lives. Smaller birds live shorter lives for many reasons. Number one, their metabolism tends to be much higher. These are migratory birds, which means they have to endure the 4,000-mile one-way journey and another 4,000 miles on the way back. Takes a lot out of an animal. So a songbird like this typically only lives a couple years. I know that with this species, I think the record holder is about 10. I had a friend of mine that had a 10-year-old bird. It was banded and numbered, so he knew what it was. He made it to 10 years. But small birds mature quickly. They reach reproductive age early. And unlike, just as an example, a Canada goose, it takes them several years to reach maturity to be able to breed. Right, much bigger bird. Bald eagles, it takes them 5 years to reach maturity to be able to breed. So, and then they only lay like maybe 2 or 3 eggs, but these guys lay up to 6 or 7 at the most every season to make their numbers up for the losses they have. But if you look, see how their wings are. This is a swallow. Purple martin is a swallow. Look how the wings are. These guys are high flying birds, high flyers and fast flyers. And then they have a forked tail too. Oh, there's a good example of it. So yeah, they're kind of shaped in the air. They're kind of shaped like a boomerang. Does that make sense? And these birds are birds of the open skies. That's what I call them. And they are built like a jet fighter, not a helicopter. And when people put up purple martin houses, they don't like to be around trees or objects, basically, but especially trees. And the literature says, well, you have to be a minimum distance from the minimum distance from trees is about 30 feet. Well, let's say you had a forest and you cut a 30-foot ring around a martin house in the forest. And you're thinking, oh, this is going to work. No, you just created a helicopter pad. You didn't create a runway for a fighter jet. And when you're trying to track these birds, you want to make them, you want to provide a runway for a fighter jet to their house. And a lot of people are so unsuccessful in attracting these birds because they put the martin house like on the edge of the property where there's trees and all that other stuff. And to me, martins and trees are incompatible. So the way I always look at it, do you want trees or do you want purple martins? I prefer animals over plants. Just kind of how I'm built. But anyway, yeah, it's a shame. But I'm just glad it's a male. This will be the second adult male I lost this year. I've lost 3 females to wing entrapment, a male to wing entrapment in this one. But and the males outnumbered the females 3-1. So he had a mate, I'm sure, and she'll be picking up another. She'll pick somebody up by the end of the day. I'm going to keep an eye on the compartment I found him in. He already had a nest built, so we'll see what happens. Until next time.